Got something pretty interesting here. So, who is this guy here on the screen? Well, apparently, he's a creative director at PsyOp, makes cartoons, video games, and weird ads and other stuff made at Camp W and the KFC Dating Sim. I love you, Colonel Sanders. Really. So that was a game going around. It was like a dating sim with KFC food. I don't know. I remember people were talking about it. I didn't know what that game was. However, I don't know if this is the game we're going to be discussing. It's never revealed. So the implication here that this man is going to get to as we go through it in a second is that Kotaku sells quotes from the reviews. So if you were to develop a video game and they review it and you want to quote it on your game box or, on your Steam listing, well, you've got to pay them money. You've got to pay them money. You're a damn fool if you give Kotaku money for their garbage hot takes. Does anybody ever say, man, Kotaku gave that game a good review. I know I want to play it. Nobody cares about that website. So this is really interesting stuff. So I want to go through this guy's little story here. Let me show you. So he says a certain popular video game website, which we know is Kotaku now, wrote a negative review of a game I directed and then hit me up to ask me if I would like to pay them a license to use their review for marketing purposes. Is that normal? Never heard of games websites writing reviews and asking for money. Somebody comes in and says, did it start with a K? And he pokes the kitten there saying, oh, yes, maybe. You might be right. And it turns out he is right. Because he flat out comes over here and outright names them. Just $1,500 for the opportunity to quote their review on a single website and 3 social media platforms for 1 year. Oh, and they spelled my name wrong in their sales email to me. So he's quote tweeting himself when he was talking about it. And then he says, whatever, I'm just going to go ahead and name him. He says, F it. It was Kotaku. Seems like the new Gizmodo owners are trying to squeeze every penny they can out of their new investment, including hiring a firm to cold call anyone they write about. Lucky me. If it turns out this is a scam, I apologize in advance, but it sure seems legit. So he got this email right here. As you can see, this is somebody contacting him saying, hey, we can help you build your brand up. Here's a hard copy with some prices. You let us know. And he comes down here. Here's what they're selling. They emailed and called me. The email you can see is friendly enough. But what if I had already pulled quotes and used them? Are they saying I'm not allowed considering their review was bad? I never use quotes, but what if? And here are the packages. So pricing includes use of the logo and pull quotes from the review. $1,500 for a website, social media, single website, 3 organic social media platforms. So $1,500, I think that is saying you can only post it on 3 social media platforms. That's crazy. $3,500 digital, online, mobile, and video ad units, e-tailer, iMedia banners, paid sponsored social media posts, brand website, email blasts, and organic social media posts. $3,500, and you can do print ads. That's crazy that the print ads would cost more. Oh, no, they're the same price. They're the same price. So why didn't you include it there? $6,300, print digital, print ads, direct mail, circulars, outdoor media, retail displays, in-store signage, product information, brochures. So for $6,300, you can put your ad, you can use Kotaku in a GameStop poster. Wow, man. This is crazy. $6,300. Look at this one. $10,500 for this entire list of options there. Oh, now you can put it on TV and radio, brand websites, email blasts, product packaging. Look at this. This is ridiculous. $50,000 to use a Kotaku review. This makes me wonder, does anybody else do this? Like, this is crazy stuff. That's expensive. How do you expect an indie developer to pay that? They don't have any money for that. This dude's not Activision, who had me blocked, by the way. Never interacted with this guy ever. I'm guessing he probably ran a blockchain on quartering or something, which in turns gets me blocked. But it's no big deal. I can just go see these guys on another account. I wouldn't want to follow this guy anyway. But yeah, this is crazy. So like this guy can't afford $10,000 to pay for this shill website. That's ridiculous. How can you say that you're, here for the video game industry and then you're literally robbing developers blind like that? I could understand if you want to charge Activision, but a little indie guy, come on, that's crazy. So can you even imagine you're an indie dev who got written up by the Kotaku.com? You feel elated. You'd post the article everywhere. Then some dude literally phones you up, asks you by name, and says, about that article, congrats. Now about the fee for quoting it. And you had already quoted. That's a good question. Would you have to retro pay? So it goes on to say, I was going to just move on with my life. Like I said, the review was negative, and I don't even own the game's IP. But what if I did? I would probably be throwing up nervous about some lawyer sharpening their knife and coming for me and my $1,500 licensing fee, for a quote. And it sucks that I even felt nervous about mentioning this because there is so much pressure when you invoke these big brand names like Kotaku with their megaphone, not to mention the game's IP owner or the studio that employs me, but I didn't initiate this. I didn't ask for it. Sorry to anyone who is attempting to do actual journalism on a Gizmodo site who maybe didn't know this was going on, but it's not my job to keep you all abreast in the ways in which you're being sold out or implicated in this scuzzbaggery. So, I feel somewhat of a need to point out that game journalists aren't to be trusted, and this could be some kind of weird op to, get people to cover this. I get paranoid about that sometimes because I could totally see them doing this. However, it came from Sophia Narwitz here. That's how I found it. So it's a pretty good source. You can check that out. Give her a follow if you want to. She always posting some good stuff. Has a pretty good YouTube channel too. That's the whole reason I found this. So I saw it scroll across on her feed right here, as you can see. So I think this is probably real. Now, this could be somebody sending him like a phishing scam. It's possible. He brings that up himself, that this could be a scam. So it might need to be taken with somewhat of a grain of salt, but I think the implications here are worth talking about because if this is true, if this is real, that's pretty damning that Kotaku is charging $1,500 just to quote them on a single website and 3 organic social media platforms. So what is it? You can only use it one time? But if you want to use it, if you want to put that, in a GameStop or on TV, you got to cough up $6,000 to $10,000. That's a lot of money. That's a ton of money, especially if you're a small developer. So this is pretty interesting. It'll be worth watching to see if anybody comes forward and talks about this because, I would like to know if Kotaku has been doing this a long time. If other outlets are doing this. Now, we only have Kotaku. He tags them and blames them right here. Now, one implication that I would say to this is I wonder if they're running out of money because I don't know if this is a common practice. You think it would have been outed by now. So, this brings up a lot of weird questions that I really don't have the answers to. Can you copyright the use for quotes on a game of your review? Is that allowed? I guess technically it's not really fair use because you're not commenting on it. You're using it for your product to sell it. That's a weird legal thing I don't know the answer to. And is Kotaku broke? Are they so broke that they're doing this now? Because what's the point to even getting your review done now? Like, I know you would send them a review copy, right? What's the point now? Like, you can't use it if it's good. You have to pay them money. Are other outlets doing this? Or, also, is this even real? Now, the guy admits it could be a scam. This could be fake. Now, I'm not sure. I think this is very interesting, and I'm sure we'll find out more in time. But this does ask the question, is Kotaku broke? And are more outlets doing this? Is this the norm? I don't know. I'd like to find out more. All I know is I love it if Kotaku's broken and broke. That's beautiful. That's a lovely thing. We just got to slide them under the rug with Polygon and get rid of them. And, maybe we can start normalizing games again with them out of the picture. That'd be lovely. Anyway, like and subscribe. Leave me your thoughts. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.